Hi, everybody. This is Tom Phelan again with another 8-minute parenting tip. A little different view today of our parenting job, and we're going to look at it from the point of view of stress and what causes stress. So let's get right into it. I got to start the share again. Okay, hi everybody. This is Tom Phelan again with another 8-minute parenting tip, taking a little different view of parenting today by looking at stress. Let's imagine that you had, when you were growing up, you had a childhood mentor, somebody that you liked a lot, who kind of looked after you and so on. And one day after you shared a number of problems with them, this person said to you, "We'll cross that bridge before we come to it." What would your reaction have been? Well, certainly you would have been puzzled. Well, I'd like to, in my pitch today to you, say that stress is doing this. We do this to ourselves. We're trying to cross bridges before we come to them. Let me try and explain to you what I mean. What's the first thing we do every morning? The first thing we do every morning, believe it or not, is when we wake up, we download our working memory. And neuropsychologists tell us we have about 8 slots up there that we can put into it. What are the things that go into working memory? It's the things that we need to do during the day, the things that concern us. So here's a gal, she's sleeping at 6:30. Look, she looks kind of peaceful, doesn't she? Now the alarm goes off, she wakes up and she's still looking peaceful, but look at this. She's peaceful partly because she hasn't downloaded any working memory. There are 8 slots. Let's take a look at what's going to go in there. First one is a worry about her mom's test for cancer the following week. And so you can see her download is now partially complete. Then she has to get the kids off to school. So she's thinking about that. They're not usually very cooperative. Then she thinks, oh no, I had a fight with my boss yesterday. I got to deal with the aftermath of that. She's 37.5% through downloading her memory now. Lunchtime plans, this one's not so bad, but it's still there. It's still something to be concerned about. I have to do something with my friends. 5 of 8, I've got to get a dinner menu for home. 6 of 8, I have a new work project. Oh my God. She's now 3/4 downloaded of working memory. She then has the thought there's too much to do. And finally, she thinks, I'm going to have to rush the whole day. And she puts the covers over her head, says, my life sucks. So what happened? Well, she downloaded working memory. What accompanies this for us in the morning? A lot of unpleasant physical changes, such as increased heart rate, sweating, muscles tied in knots, and a frightened expression on our face, and a permanent state of high alert that is associated with a lot of chronic physical problems. Why does this happen to us? Why do we do this? Well, over a period of millions of years, we humans had many different problems to solve. And how did we do that? We came up with a unique package involving thoughts, problems, actions, and emotion. And it goes something like this. We're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. That's a problem. The thought we have is, I could get killed. The emotion we have is intense fear, which motivates action, which is running quickly. You might call this a tea party. We have a problem, we have a thought, we have an emotion about that thought, and we have an action that's adaptive. So we have these adaptive responses, thought, emotion, action, and it makes up what I call a tea party. So if we go back to our young lady waking up in the morning, the problem she thinks of is mom's going in for a screening mammogram in 3 days. This will trigger the tea party. What comes next? What if mom has cancer? All these thoughts. What if it's a long illness? What if she dies? Emotions of anxiety and sadness, and then actions or action tendencies. What can I do about it? And you'll actually feel in your body muscular tension in different places when you get to this point. The amazing thing about tea parties is that they only take about 2 to 3 seconds. So they're very fast. And this is very adaptive, that these things, tigers chasing you in the woods, you better be fast. Otherwise, you're going to be the tiger's meal. So tea parties work for human beings. They're very adaptive. That's why there are too many of us on the planet. 8 billion on this planet is way too many. But what's the problem? Well, we're good at solving problems, but after the first morning download, our stress level is going up. And after the 7th or 8th morning download, our stress level is very high. And we get to this point, my life sucks. But look, she's still in bed. She's feeling that her life sucks, this poor gal, and she's still in bed. She hasn't gotten up yet. She hasn't dealt with any of these problems. That's really in essence. And the pitch today is more of what does stress come from? We're going to talk some about what to do with it, but what I want you to try and understand is where it comes from. It comes from thousands of fast, repeated, obsessive, problem-oriented thoughts during the day about which you can do nothing at the moment. And research that tells us very clearly that if you have a problem, you can't do anything about it right at the time, that's twice as stressful as it would have been otherwise. What's this? This is crossing the bridge before we come to it, isn't it? But this is something that we all do. Our stress problem is normal, but it's nuts. It's crazy. It's a socially sanctioned addiction to obsessive thinking and chronic muscular tension. We're used to it. We think this is normal, and it is normal, but it is crazy. When nothing can be done, it aggravates the problem. This is a super tough problem to manage, but this is the essence. Your stress doesn't come from your problems. It comes mostly from your imagination and your thoughts about those problems. Doesn't mean those problems don't exist. How do you deal with it? It's going to be a combination of insight plus skill or practice. So what we first need to do is reconsider our priorities. We humans are so geared toward getting the work done correctly and now that we don't take the time to relax and enjoy the people that we are with, enjoy our work, and enjoy fun in different ways. We are zeroed in on crossing the bridges before we get to them. The solution is going to be a combination of insight plus practice. So there are a lot of different ways of doing this, and what I'm doing today is just introducing you to some. You may have your favorites. If you do, that's great, and you really need to work on it. Practice, practice, practice. This is a long list of some of the ones that a lot of people like. I'll show you my favorites. I like deep breathing. I do that during the day. Meditation, try and do that a couple times a day, maybe 5-10 minutes. It's not always a long thing. Yoga, I do periodically. Biofeedback, I used to do. Don't do it so much anymore. Moving more slowly. I'm working on this one. I'm not so good at it. I still tend to go a little fast. Exercise, do good on exercise and walking. It's one of the best ways you can is to burn off that exercise. You do a body scan, that's good to do in bed. It's good to do and wake up in the middle of the night to go back to sleep. You can also practice letting go. Practicing letting go means your awareness of the fact that even though I'm thinking about this problem right now, I can't do anything about it. And so I'm going to let go and try and relax. When should you be practicing your antidotes to this tea party stress thing that we are talking about here? You want to do multiple sessions daily, I think. Now, people have different ways of doing it. I have friends that do 20 or 40 minutes of meditation in the morning, not so much during the day. I like spacing it out during the day. So you can do it kind of PRN, which means as needed during the day. And you want to have something to do in the middle of the night when you are awakened or you get up, you have to go to the bathroom, you're back in bed now, you want to go back to sleep. So it's practice, practice, practice. The other thing, or one other thing that helps a lot, is to relax and enjoy the other side of life. There's more to life than solving problems, but we often forget that. So you have a daily recycler list. And what I mean by a recycler is things that come up every day that you enjoy just as much as you did yesterday, or you enjoy just as much as you did last week. This is just a short list. This doesn't include all of them. But these can be deep satisfactions. Eating can be a deep satisfaction. Enjoying the presence of other people, interacting with other people, taking a nap, going to sleep when you're tired is a deep satisfaction. It will be fun. Moving, exercise. I know some people say they hate exercise, but a lot of people like it. They enjoy moving. Reading a good book. Enjoying the birds on the bird feeder. How about you get a rose-breasted grosbeak? Wouldn't that be cool? But these are things that you can enjoy every day. Now, one of the things you got to watch out for as you get into trying to deal with this and practicing your whatever anti-stress techniques, your brain isn't going to like this. And your brain is going to start yelling at you. Your brain's going to say, this is boring. This is silly. You're wasting time. You should be solving problems, not messing around meditating. Get back to work now. You'll never get anything done being calm. And what is this garbage? This is lazy. You're not working the way you're supposed to. So be prepared for a reactionary brain, which isn't going to like what you're doing. What is your brain like? Your brain likes, oh yeah, we saw this before. We'll cross that bridge before we come to it. The benefits of the calm are profound. Relaxing during the day is more fun. Less tension through the day is more fun. It makes you easier to get along with. What do you like when you're at a stress level of 9? What do you like for the rest of your family to be with? And I guarantee you, you'll accomplish just as much or possibly more if you're more relaxed during the day. This is the end of this presentation and hopefully the beginning of a more effective way of dealing with stress for you. Good luck.